Horta is the capital of Faial Island and the seat of the Azorean Parliament. The city has about 6,000 inhabitants, while the entire island of Faial is home to just under 15,000 people. Horta is also a famous yachting harbor and an important stopover for boats sailing from the Caribbean to Europe. We arrived here in mid-May, at the end of the week when the Festa de Nossa Senhora das Angústias was reaching its climax in Horta. We had planned to spend 2 nights here as a stopover on our way to Flores, the main island of the Western Azores. Our Sunday flight, however, was cancelled because of bad weather. As a result, we ended up spending 3 nights in Horta. Flight cancellations due to bad weather are fairly common in the Azores. It happens here quite often.
The most popular beach in the city is Praia de Porto Pim. And if you're heading to the beach, be sure to stop at Café Porto Pim. It's usually packed, but that doesn't really matter. The service is quick. People also sit outside or simply stand around wherever they can find a spot. Everyone is friendly and happy to help if you need anything.
O sol desce devagar, quase que arde. Pinta o mar de laranja rasgado em ouro. E por instantes esqueço o meu descontrolo. As crianças correm, riscam a areia. Escrevem nomes que a maré varre na teia. Um casal discute baixinho à beira-mar. E o vento leva metade do que querem guardar. Um vendedor de gelados fecha a caixa. Um rádio portátil sussurra uma gaita. E a primeira estrela tímida no céu espelha-se na espuma como um anel. O mar da minha fuga e do meu regressar. Cada vez que me perco venho te procurar. Entre amores falhados e cansaços sem perdão, és o colo mais antigo do meu coração.
I recommend starting your walk around the harbor with a visit to Peter Café Sport. Located in the harbor of Horta on Faial Island, Peter Café Sport is a legendary establishment that has been welcoming sailors for more than a century. It is considered one of the world's most important meeting places for sailors and yachtsmen. According to a famous saying, if you sailed to Horta and didn't visit Peter Café Sport, it's as if you never saw Horta at all. So please, take that advice seriously.
Santa Cruz Fortress, located in Horta's harbor on Faial Island, is an important 16th century historical and defensive structure. It attracts visitors with its rich maritime history and excellent position directly on the bay. It stands in the historic center, just a short distance from the famous Peter Café Sport. When walking around the harbor, you'll have to walk around the fortress and then return to the waterfront.
À noite a praia muda de perfume, cheira a algas, a segredo de alume. Um grupo acende uma fogueira no chão e canta músicas de outra geração. Eu fico mais longe só a escutar, enquanto a lua abre caminho sobre o mar. As luzes dos navios piscam devagar, histórias que não sei, vidas a mudar. Penso nos que atravessam este espaço, sem saber se há chegada para o cansaço. Em quem procura noutra margem algum lugar e entrega o corpo inteiro ao teu julgar. Mar da minha fuga e do meu regressar. Cada vez que me perco venho te procurar.
On Saturday, May 16, 2026, a program associated with the traditional Festa de Nossa Senhora das Angústias, a celebration of faith and gratitude, took place at the Igreja de Nossa Senhora das Angústias and in the square in front of it. This was the penultimate day of the week-long celebrations, which are among the oldest and most important religious traditions on Faial Island.
We chose to spend Saturday hiking the circular trail around the Faial caldera instead. We'll dedicate a separate video to our visit to the caldera. We didn't return to the city until late afternoon. Later that afternoon, the main procession passed through the streets of the Angústias parish. As is traditional, the streets along the route of the procession, with fire trucks and local Filarmónica bands, were decorated with colorful carpets made from flowers and dyed sawdust.
front of the church and in the surrounding area, the local Filarmónica União Faialense performed. The evening and nighttime program in the square gradually built toward a performance by a guest DJ, aimed particularly at involving the younger generation in the community celebrations. The festivities culminated in the evening with a traditional arraial, a popular open-air celebration held in front of the church. There was traditional food, music, and dancing, officially opening the season of the island's major summer religious festivals and pilgrimages.
On Sunday, May 17, 2026, we decided to visit the Ponta dos Capelinhos lighthouse instead. We did not return to the city until later in the afternoon, after visiting the western end of the island. Fire trucks belonging to the Bombeiros Voluntários de Horta volunteer fire department drove through the streets with their emergency lights flashing, while the firefighters wore their full uniforms. According to Azorean tradition, the arrival of the emergency vehicles and the very beginning of the procession were accompanied by the loud sound of fire truck sirens. Together with ceremonial salutes, they announced the culmination of the festival to the entire city.
Alojamento Local is the Portuguese designation for privately owned accommodation rented to tourists for periods of less than 30 days. It applies to apartments, villas, individual rooms, and other types of tourist accommodation. It does not apply to hotels. You'll find many properties carrying this designation throughout all the Azorean Islands.
The Nossa Senhora de Conceição viewpoint is definitely worth a visit for its beautiful view over Horta. You approach it from behind through an avenue and arrive at a small parking area.
E mesmo assim devolves sempre a mesma ideia, que nada fica igual, que tudo há de passar, como esta onda que se quebra sem parar. Talvez um dia eu aprenda a tua lição, de deixar ir o que pesa na mão, de aceitar que o amanhã é outra maré, que traz novos destroços, leva ao que já não é. Enquanto isso sento-me aqui na tua beira, como quem fala com um amigo de cadeira, e conto-te a vida sem esperar resposta, só o som do teu bater na mesma
At the other end of Horta you'll find Monte da Guia. The hill can be reached by car along a winding road or on foot via a marked trail. At the top of the crater stands the beautiful white chapel Ermita de Nossa Senhora da Guia. It was built in the 17th century on the site of an older shrine and is dedicated to Our Lady of Guidance, the patron saint of sailors and fishermen. The square in front of the chapel offers what is perhaps the most beautiful view of all of Horta, the city itself, Porto Pim Bay, and the famous yachting marina spread out below.
Guarda para ti o que não sei guardar, os segredos, os despojos deste meu lugar. Se um dia eu não voltar para te ver, que fiquem nestas ondas as marcas do meu ser. Mar, enquanto eu existir para te escutar, serás sempre a minha forma de rezar, e a guitarra portuguesa, cúmplice do teu rumor, há de pôr em cada nota o teu sabor. Quando a maré descer e expuser o fundo, mostrando pedras, lixo e algum segundo, hei de ver no que sobrou da rebentação os restos do que fui, lavados da mão.